Hello, my friend. I've been hoping to talk with you, to personally thank you for your kindness. I am glad that we have this time together. My allies and I are grateful to you for allowing us to rest outside your home. Not every human is so welcoming to life forms from a distant world. We feel fortunate to meet you. You are a generous person and a good friend.
I, Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots, have faced many battles and encountered various threats. However, nothing has been as challenging as this past week. Together with RC, I have been captured by the Decepticons, enduring constant pain and torture that test our endurance. On the other side, Jack, now known as Apollus Prime, faces a heavier burden than ever before. After losing his left eye in battle, he now shoulders the immense responsibility of finding and rescuing us. I know that Jack will never give up. Every moment in this captivity, I think of the struggle and sacrifices he must endure. My hope and faith remain in Jack and the other Autobots, believing that they will find a way to save us and restore peace to this world. With that belief, I continue to endure, strengthening myself with the hope that the light of rescue will soon come and we will be freed from the Decepticons' grasp. Chapter 1. It has been a week since RC and me were captured by the Decepticons. In our brutal captivity, RC hangs in the air, her body bound by heavy chains. Pain and exhaustion overwhelm her, but her mind constantly thinks of Jack. Out there, Jack, now known as Apollus Prime, along with the other Autobots, must be working hard to find us. She knows the heavy burden Jack feels, especially after losing his left eye in battle. Jack, who always seems spirited, now mostly locks himself up in the Autobots' base or goes out alone searching for the Decepticon ship. Their inability to find clues only makes him more frustrated. Each time he returns from a failed mission, Jack immediately goes to his room with a gloomy face. His inability to talk or share his burden with the other Autobots makes him feel increasingly isolated. Moonracer and Novascreen Prime, two of Jack's close friends, often watch him with concern. Moonracer, who always cares about the team's well-being, finally suggests that Novascreen Prime try talking to Jack and comforting him. Although reluctant, Novascreen Prime finally knocks on Jack's room door, trying to reach his friend. After a moment with no response, the door finally opens. Jack stands there, his hood covering the scar on his left eye, clearly showing he doesn't want to talk. However, Novascreen Prime doesn't give up. In a short but emotional conversation, Jack finally admits that he feels guilty about RC and my capture. Novascreen Prime tries to convince him that they will work together to save everyone, including Jack's mother and Agent Fowler. Novascreen Prime invites Jack to join the search mission with Moonracer and Elita 1. Though hesitant because Elita 1 still cannot accept his presence, Jack eventually agrees. As they prepare, Elita 1 shows her displeasure at Jack's presence. However, Novascreen Prime insists that Jack is part of the team, and they all need to work together. The team heads to Roswell, New Mexico, based on a weak Autobot signal detected by Ratchet. However, their arrival does not go smoothly. They are immediately confronted by Blitzwing, Brawl, Arachnid, and Patho. Novascreen Prime, Elita 1, and Moonracer quickly face off against their respective enemies, while Jack faces Blitzwing. The battle between Apollus Prime and Blitzwing is fierce. Jack, though smaller and quicker, faces brutal attacks from Blitzwing. At one point, Jack manages to disappear using a smoke bomb and attack Blitzwing from above with an arrow. However, Blitzwing retaliates with an attack that sends Jack flying. Despite being injured, Jack rises again, his eyes burning with stronger determination. In a tense moment, Jack catches Blitzwing's sword and strikes him down. Seeing Elita 1 struggling with Arachnid, Jack uses his jetpack and fires an arrow that hits Arachnid, giving Elita 1 a chance to strike. Blitzwing finally orders a retreat, leaving Jack and his team in confusion. Ratchet immediately calls for a ground bridge to bring them back to base. Novascreen Prime praises Jack for his bravery, especially in facing his visual limitations. Jack feels a bit better with the support of his friends, though the weight of responsibility he feels is still very heavy. Chapter 2. Upon returning to the base, Novascreen Prime enthusiastically recounts their battle to Ratchet. Moonracer and Jack listen attentively, while Elita 1 quickly distances herself, still uncomfortable being near Jack. When Novascreen Prime describes how Jack caught Blitzwing's attack, Ratchet becomes interested and asks to perform some tests. In the training room, Moonracer attacks Jack and Novascreen Prime to test Ratchet's theory. Novascreen Prime easily catches the attack, but Jack struggles and gets hurt. Ratchet stops the training and takes them to the medical room. After examining Jack's wounds and studying the data from the training, Ratchet explains that Jack has the potential for greater power than the others. Ratchet shows that the matrix of leadership Jack possesses has greater energy, and if he can master it, he could become one of the greatest primes ever. Jack feels the heavy responsibility, especially without the guidance of RC and me. Ratchet reveals that Novascreen Prime has mastered his power because he already understands the matrix of leadership, while Jack is still struggling to control his much greater power. Meanwhile, in the Decepticons' laboratory, RC and I continue to be tortured. Megatron decides to test the mind control device on RC. Despite RC's strong resistance, she eventually succumbs to the chip's influence. When Megatron commands her to obey, RC tries to attack him, but Megatron, anticipating this, stops her assault. RC is once again shackled to the experiment table under stricter surveillance. RC hopes in her heart that Jack will come to save her before it's too late. She keeps thinking about Jack, hoping that he will be able to master his power and save us all from the Decepticons' clutches. In the oppressive silence of the laboratory, RC strengthens her resolve to endure, hoping that the light of hope will come soon. Chapter 3. At the Autobots' base, Ratchet continues to closely monitor Jack's progress. Jack trains hard every day, trying to control his extraordinary power. Novascreen Prime and Moonracer are always by his side, providing support and encouragement. Although they face many obstacles, Jack's determination never wavers. During training, Jack begins to show signs of improvement. he learns to channel the energy of the Matrix, more focused, though there are still moments when he loses control. Ratchet keeps pushing Jack to keep trying, reminding him of the important role he has to play in the war against the Decepticons. On the other hand, Elita 1 still cannot fully accept Jack's presence. There is a clear tension between the two, often disrupting the team's dynamics. Nova Screen Prime tries to mediate, but often the tension is difficult to overcome. Meanwhile, at the Decepticons' base, Megatron and Shockwave continue working on RC. They increase the influence of the mind control chip, hoping to fully control RC. However, RC keeps fighting within herself, trying to maintain her consciousness. She knows that if she fully submits, Jack and the other Autobots will be in great danger. At the Autobots' base, Ratchet finds a weak signal from RC. Although the signal is inconsistent, it is enough to give hope. Jack, Nova Screen Prime, Moonracer, and Elita 1 prepare for a rescue mission. Although the tension between Jack and Elita 1 still exists, they all know that rescuing RC is the top priority. They use the ground bridge to reach the location of the signal. When they arrive, they find that the place is one of the Decepticons' secret facilities. The rescue mission begins with a fierce battle against the Decepticon forces guarding the facility. Jack shows extraordinary courage and skill during the battle. He uses the Matrix's energy more focused, attacking enemies with astonishing power. Nova Screen Prime and Moonracer work together with Jack, protecting him and providing support when he needs it. Although they face strong resistance, the Autobots manage to reach the location where RC is held. When they find RC, she is bound to an experiment table, her body injured and looking exhausted. However, when she sees Jack and the others, her spirit rekindles. Jack rushes to free RC, while the others protect him from enemy attacks. Despite being injured, RC gives Jack crucial information about the location where I and Jack's mother are held. With this information, the Autobots are determined to continue their mission and save the others. The battle intensifies when Megatron and Shockwave appear to confront them. Jack and Megatron engage in an epic battle where Jack uses the full power of the Matrix to fight his enemy. Although Megatron is stronger, Jack's determination and resolve enable him to put up a strong fight. Meanwhile, Nova Screen Prime and the others fight Shockwave and the Decepticon forces. The battle is fierce, but the Autobots' teamwork allows them to overcome the enemy. RC, despite her injuries, joins the battle, providing crucial support to the team. In a tense moment, Jack finally manages to injure Megatron severely, forcing him to retreat. With Megatron injured and the Decepticon forces beginning to retreat, the Autobots manage to escape with RC. They return to base with a small victory, but Jack knows that a bigger battle still awaits them. At the base, Ratchet treats RC's and Jack's wounds. The Autobots celebrate their victory, but also reflect on the challenges they still have to face. Jack, though feeling a bit relieved for having saved RC, knows that our struggle is far from over. He is determined to keep fighting, mastering his power, and bringing peace to all those he loves. Dear my friend, in every battle, we face challenges that test our strength and resolve. However, through courage and teamwork, we always find a way to rise and fight back. Jack, now known as Apollus Prime, has shown that even with limitations and heavy guilt, he possesses the bravery and heart needed to be a true leader. I believe in Jack's strength and potential. He has proven that with faith and support from his friends, no obstacle is too great to overcome. Although our journey is long and fraught with danger, we will not give up. Together, we will continue to fight against the darkness and bring the light of hope to all who are oppressed. To all Autobots, and to those who stand with us, remember that we are protectors, and our duty is to ensure that peace and justice always prevail. As long as we stand together, no force can destroy us. Keep fighting, keep hoping, and believe that we will achieve victory. And I, Optimus Prime, stand with you, now and forever. May the light of Primus always guide us in every step of our journey.
Autobots, roll out!